Hey guys, Mason here from the Carter Bros, back in Hitfilm for Express. In today's video, I'm running through all of the basics, everything you need to know to get started in Hitfilm for Express. I'm also going to be running through whether I think it's worth buying the full version or just the free version. Let's begin. Okay, so to start off with, obviously, I have opened up Hitfilm for Express and I have made a composite shot. I have just started this very basically on a composite shot and left everything the same. I really do recommend buying the free version of this. I'm not too sure about the full version as I don't even have the full version. But I definitely recommend buying the free version. I mean, it's free, it doesn't take up much storage, and you can make high quality videos very simply. We have an import button where we can import our media. Let's just import these files for now, no reason. And then from there we can drag the images in. We can use videos as well. And we can create new layers, which is a tab here. This app can look very daunting to start with, but it looked like that for me a few months ago. Well, nearly a year ago now when I started, and everything makes sense for me now. So I press new layer, and as you can see, there are many that we can use. Let's just run through them all. There's a plane. So when we create a new plane, as you can see, there's colors that we can choose. We can choose what color we would like. I'm going to keep it as black for now. We can name the plane anything we want. I'll just call it a test. And we can change the width and height. I'm going to leave it as that. We then hit OK. As you can see, it has covered everything up. If we want to move this so we can still see our image, there's two ways we can do this. Simply move our image that we have and move it up. Or we can just move our plane down. And as you can see, we have our image here again. Now, let me run through the text. So a text layer is simply text. You can change the width and height. I'll just leave it as it is. And we can simply type text. So I'm going to leave it here. And sorry about this. And then I can just type, let me move the plane. We need to be on the text tool, I remembered. Sorry about that. So we need to be on the text tool at the top in the middle. And we can type whatever we want. Let me just call it test for now. So you need to make sure you know all the options. Control Z is to undo, and then there's the other option, which I'm not too sure, but in the top right corner you can use the redo option. Yeah, Control and Y. So next part that I want to run through is a grade. So a grade is basically where you can color grade the video. So you can add in the effects panel, you can search up color correction, and we can search up auto color maybe, and we can just drag that in. And whatever we do to this clip is going to change all of the video. It's going to color correct the entire video. Well, anyway, the amount that is selected. So the amount that is selected. So if we select a bit less, it will only color correct the area selected. The next layer I want to run through is the camera. The camera is basically just like a 3D tool, and I'm not going to really get into that. I never actually use it. Then there's a light, which is similar to, just allows the light really, very straightforward. And then we finally have the point. Now the point, you can name these whatever you like. So the point can be used if you're wanting to, you can select a point and you can select it on certain sections. As in, we might have a point on this flower petal, say we did. And now, if you were to add an effect, such as a lightning effect, you could make it follow that point. It's more in-depth, but I won't get into that now because it is more in-depth and it'll take a lot of explaining. It isn't too necessary to start out with. That's all of those options. Let me move into the next bit. So we have the effects panel. Like you can see, we have already accessed this. So in the effects panel, we can search up a lightning effect. My personal favorite. There are explosions, which if we import the explosion effect, most of the time they can only go into the plane, We can import this explosion. Let me just move it up to the top so you can see it. And it does not seem to be showing. Well, that doesn't actually matter right now, so I'm not going to run through that because I'll go through it in another video, honestly. So that's the effects panel. So we have hundreds of effects that we can drag and drop into our timeline. Then there's the controls, which is very straightforward. So we can control the certain effects. We can control the fire explosion effect. Then it's just the history, which tells you what you have been on. And there's the text option where we can customize our text. So we want to be in our text plane, which is just called new text. We can change the color that we are going to use. So I might just change it to this greeny sort of color, and we can just tap on here on the text option, and we can type whatever we like. Let me just actually press enter and change the color again back to the same color, and as we can type, it will show that color. There are many other ways we can customize this. Now we have many options up here. We have a selection tool, translate tool, text tool, a mask, ellipse mask, and freehand mask. I've run into them in another video. This option is from one of the layers we added. So they are mainly all the basics inside of the composite shot. You can customize everything. There is also down here a selection tool, a drag tool, a slice tool, and rate stretch tool. So let me just show you the slice tool. You simply click on this and you can click somewhere and it's going to slice that part of the timeline. Let me just real quick undo all that. So then rate this tool, I don't actually use it that much. I think I've used it once for a freeze frame effect, but that's about it. So that's all the composite shot completed. Now we'll run into the editor. The editor is very alike, except the only thing with it is there are not as many effects. You can't as such add all the layers in, and you can't add text. There is just a translate tool and a selection tool. Although we do have more of these effects, as we have a slice tool, slip tool, and many others, like including a rate stretch tool. So here we can add in our media in the media tab, and there is a video and audio option. Obviously there is no audio because it is an image, but if we were to add in an image that has audio, the audio would be at the bottom and the video at the top. We can customize these and add as many layers as we would wish. This is very good if you're editing more simpler videos. If you're wanting to add effects, I do not recommend using the editor tool because you are very limited to what you can do. Then there's still the history. Not as many controls just because it is the editor, but then we still have effects. Not all of them are usable. Then we still have a text, which I don't believe we can add, although I may be wrong. But yeah, I'm not sure. But that's everything I want to run over in this tutorial. So if you enjoyed, why not leave a like? Oh, just one more quick thing is exporting. You have the export option. You can export straight to YouTube, MP4, image sequence, or AVI. I normally just do MP4 because I upload from YouTube a video because you don't get as many options. Then we have the home project where we can change the width, height. We have the home, which brings us back to the home page. That is about it for this video. If you enjoyed, why not leave a like? I mean, it's free, and subscribe. That's also free. So that is it for now. I will see you later, guys. Peace.